Blackstone Audio presents Miss Fiona's Fancy by Marion Chesney. This book is read by Charlotte Ann Dore. For Felicia Villas, with love. 1. Although Walter Scott's poetry was just beginning to make the Highlands of Scotland a romantic place in the eyes of the ton, very few members of Regency society would dream of leaving their overheated saloons and clubs to go and see the place for themselves. And so, most of them remained unaware that the Scottish aristocracy and gentry still lived in a manner alien to their English counterparts. On the other hand, many members of the Scottish upper classes were familiar with the hectic London season, making the long journey each year in the hopes of finding suitable husbands for their daughters. But at least one daughter of the Scottish landed gentry remained, as yet, blissfully unaware of the competition, the snobbery, and the rigid social rules among English society. Her name was Fiona Grant, and she lived with her parents, Sir Edward and Lady Grant, in a large, ancient mansion, Strathglass House, located some miles outside Inverness and surrounded by deep pine forests. Fiona was very popular. She had an open, easy manner and was quite unaware of her great beauty. She had thick chestnut hair that burned with tiny fiery red lights like sparks from a peat fire on a frosty night. Her complexion was flawless, and her wide eyes were very green, not hazel, but as green as a cat's. The one great flaw in her personality was that she had inherited her father's addiction to gambling. Sir Edward was a lawyer, having been brought up at a time when the French Revolution had caused tremors of fear to run through the British upper classes, and just in case Britain should follow the French example, he had, like many of his kind, been trained to a profession. Like Fiona, he was spared the hells of heavy gambling because of geographical circumstances. The only neighbours with any money were too far distant to make more than 2 or 3 calls a year, and the servants and tenants were too poor. Fiona gambled with the maids, using paper spills for money, each spill representing 100 guineas, while her father was often reduced to playing cards with Angus Robertson, his piper, for shillings. Not a...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?